Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another movie torture where we watch bad movies so you don't have to. Joining me as always is the goat of podcasts, Brad, and our good friend Kara, and myself, Jacob. And tonight we are going to have the privilege of talking about nothing but trouble. What's up, guys?
What's up? I'm so pumped.
Kara is so happy.
I'm
She
so
is.
Just ecstatic.
I, what are the odds? Okay, so Jacob, since you joined the cast of Movie Torture,
Yeah.
we added Ashley.
Yep.
Oh, MTD compliments you right here.
Oh, that is
Kara,
so sweet.
I love
Thank
her smile.
you.
Uh, we added Ashley, and then we added Kara. And Ashley
Yep.
has begged us for Beautician and the Beast, and we have strong armed her. Kara comes on and she's like, I want to see nothing but trouble. We're like, we're watching that next week. You want to see it? We're doing it. Well,
This
poor
is how
Ashley.
to talk to people.
But
Yeah.
but Ashley is getting her moment. It will come.
And that
She is
also-
getting.
I love Beautician and the Beast. So she's got
You can do that without even watching the movie. You probably remember it.
Oh, I remember it. Yeah.
Do you remember this one? Did you watch this one, or are you just going off watching it 100 times?
I don't need to. I said I don't need to watch it again. I know it's all up here. I didn't need to.
God.
That VHS tape was.
I didn't need to watch it either. No, I was kidding.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Kara,
Yes.
you just got back from Vegas.
I
We need
sure
to know
did.
about your Vegas trip. What happened here?
Okay, well, Vegas was wild. We decided to. I have two sisters. We decided to take my aunt on a Vegas trip. She was taking care of my grandma for years, and my grandma passed over the summer. So we said, you know what? We're taking you. What's the most? Where's the place you can let your hair down the most? And Vegas. She never been. So my older sister Shauna and I have been. I was there 20 years ago when I turned 21 about. So it's different. It's definitely different, but we had a blast. We did Magic Mike, the Magic Mike show.
I used to work. I was in that show back in the day.
Okay.
I was.
I thought I saw you.
Jacob and I were cast, and that's how we met. We were on the Magic Mike show.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Yeah.
distract you while you were on stage.
Thank
So we did Magic Mike. We did. I went to Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
That beef Wellington, top 10 things I've ever eaten. What else did we do? We did just a lot. We stayed at the Bellagio and just,
Did you watch the fountains at night?
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we ate brunch in front of the fountain. Oh, we went to I'm a big Housewives fan, so we went to Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. It was a really good time. I have to say my highlight was Magic Mike.
Oh my gosh, that would
I
be
think if
torture
me
for
and
me.
Brad were in that show, it'd be more called like Magic Farley.
Yeah, Magic Fluff. That would be what we're in.
Oh my god.
I've been to Vegas at least probably 20 times in my life.
Oh wow.
I love going to Vegas. My wife and I went just a couple years ago, and we went and stayed at Resorts World
Okay.
on the Strip. It's the newest one on the Strip. Well, it was the newest at the time. And we just sit by the pool. It was so much fun. We didn't have Max with us. It was just like, this is heaven. And we ate.
Oh, the food
Oh,
is just
so much food.
Unbelievable.
Did you win anything?
I won $400 at roulette.
Nice.
Okay, MTD and I played our fair share of roulette, and we were winning for a while, but you end up losing too.
You
Right.
do. But
Roulette's-
I only bet about $25.
Wow, you're pretty good. You know,
Well,
roulette,
What?
you got the worst odds to win at roulette.
I know.
In the
But it's the only besides the slots. Oh, and they had a table of war. You know the card game War?
they have that.
Yes, I never saw that before. So I
Now,
played
now
that.
the Bellagio is expensive to gamble in. It's not cheap to get. Okay,
Yeah.
so I like to play the craps,
Okay.
which is more intricate.
My sister
But-
plays that.
You got the best odds of winning money in craps. So we were in Vegas a couple years ago. This was before my wife and I went, and we were with another couple. And my buddy and I liked the craps, but at the hotel we were staying at, I think the Strat, which is a crappy hotel.
Okay.
It was $10 to play.
Oh wow.
I looked it up. Now we found a casino that was $5 to play craps. So we had to get a taxi. No, we didn't get a taxi. We drove, but it was way off the strip. Like only people in there were regulars.
Oh.
It was weird. It's not fun. It's not fun doing that when you're not like in the casino, like a
Yeah.
hotel, and they're all looking at you like you're weird and you're just dropping $5. But it's the cheapest place to play craps in Vegas.
Yeah.
But it's a dump. It's a dumper. It's a dumper.
Okay. Yeah, I think the minimum bet was $50 for craps.
50? No,
So-
it's like 20, right? They've gone to
No.
50.
I'll
Inflation,
double check.
man.
I'll double
Was you in the
check.
VIP section, Kara?
No,
We don't all make that police money. That's the thing.
I don't know if you remember, but I did go on a game show and be kind of successful. So
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
yeah.
Did she
I
just
have-
flex that she was on a game show on
I
us,
did.
Jacob?
She
You know
kinda
what,
did.
dude? We got to humble you a little bit.
Successful.
You were successful, but
Yeah.
this is the most successful thing being with us.
I-
not
Yeah,
winning 20 grand.
exactly.
TD's
I
taking
have-
up for you. She did.
You did, yeah. I had some Rob Lowe cash with me, so
Oh.
yeah, exactly.
Wait a second. You saved that from? I figured you'd already snorted your way through that 20 grand.
No, that's saved.
That's good.
I knew. You know what? I knew. So I bought my sister's Louis Vuitton purses for Christmas.
Oh my gosh! Look at
Yeah.
you.
And that's really it. That's really all I spent from the money. I paid off my credit card, which wasn't that bad, and that's really it. I'm kind of trying to get a nice little nest egg.
Jacob, we didn't even get a Christmas card from Kara. She bought her sister's Louis Vuittons. I mean, we can't even get a Christmas card around here, man.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
MTD
have-
says good for
Thank
you.
Thank you.
I have actually never been to Vegas in my life.
Okay.
My only experience about Vegas is National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation.
Very, very similar.
Which is
So
fun.
that's-
that's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's where
Well,
that's my
I've been-
Vegas experience.
I've been a bunch of times to Atlantic City, which brings us to
This movie. But before we get to this movie, Kara,
yeah.
what was the dude situation like in Vegas for you outside of Magic Mike? There had to be some single dudes there.
There was. So I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So we
Oh
watched
my gosh, that's the worst.
Go Birds. Go Birds.
At least it's
So-
not the Chiefs. At least it's not the Chiefs.
No, I'm not a Chiefs fan. So we went to a big, in the Cosmopolitan. There's a huge sports betting center. So we got to watch the Eagles play the Rams. So it was a fun single scene. But the problem was, I was with my aunt.
How old is your aunt?
She's 62.
Wait. Your aunt is younger than MTD.
Oh, really?
But I feel like if I was at Vegas as a single dude with MTD, wouldn't be a bad thing. I feel like I feel like I could get a chick.
So my aunt's happily
Thanks.
married. My
He
aunt's
said, "Thanks, Brad."
Yeah. My aunt's happily married, so she was not into the.
No. Wing. She could be wing woman, Kara. She's your wing woman.
Yeah, she wasn't into it. She wasn't into it.
Okay. Well,
You know,
Taking you out.
I don't. You know, she didn't want to be her niece's wing woman. It's okay.
Okay. So plus, it would have been rude if you'd have ditched her for a date.
She would have been pissed. Yeah.
Yeah. But then you would have said, "Hey, I want a lot of." TD says I'm old as dirt. No, you're not. Dirt's younger than you. But so there was no like meeting a dude or talking to a dude out there. It was just strictly women's only.
It was a hen party for sure.
Okay, that sounds like a
Which is
miserable. I mean, a
fine.
good trip.
No, it was good. We had a lot of laughs. It was good.
Now, Kara, I've told this story before on work advice, I think. I don't remember. But I was in Vegas one time and my buddy was like, I want to take you. We're going to go to, we met some friends. They're like, we're going to a club tonight. Did I tell you the story? We're going to the club. And I'm like, oh man, okay, cool. So we got to buy clothes. So I had to go buy dress shoes for the stupid club. This is
Yeah.
back early 2000. We get there. They look at me and they look at him and they're like, nah. The doorman said, I can't let you in. You're not getting in. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we weren't hot enough to get in this club.
Oh no.
So his friend and these girls and their boyfriends got to get in.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, y'all wait around and we might get you in. We'll try to get you in later.
Oh.
So they went in and partied. We're sitting outside, and then he gets a call. They're like, "We're going to get you in. Come on over." So we get in like a couple hours after they got in, and it's not crowded. But lo and behold, Paris Hilton is DJing.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like 6 feet from Paris Hilton. She's standing there, and Mickey Avalon is he's before he came out with the one hit song that he had, that Jane Fonda song. He was rocking out the club while Paris Hilton was DJing.
Oh, that is so fun.
That's my only club experience. I'm not a real club guy, but I do always remember getting rejected, Jacob, because of my looks were not good enough for the Paris Hilton crowd. And all I was thinking was, I went to Ross and bought these stupid shoes today. Like, I don't want to wear them. I hate dress shoes.
Oh,
so
my
yeah,
gosh.
that's a Vegas club experience.
Yeah,
but there wasn't a lot of chicks there. There wasn't a lot of chicks there. I was like, I'm too shy to talk to them. That was my problem.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to this. It did. Let's all get to this movie now, because Jacob, there's a lot to unpack. MTD. What was the gross for Nothing But Trouble 1991?
And why do you think you should give us our 1 minute synopsis?
Okay, yes, I want to definitely do that. Okay. Fletch or Clark Griswold is a journalist who writes for Financial Times. I don't understand. Lives in a penthouse, drives a Beamer, meets Demi Moore straight off the set of Ghost with her short hair.
Fabulous.
And immediately finds her attractive, smokes a cigar before cigars were banned inside a building. And she's like, I need a ride to Jersey. He's like, I'll take you. And they get these Brazilianaires to ride with them. He runs a stop sign, and then next thing you know, he's standing in front of Judge Valkenheiser, and they have to stay overnight because Valkenheiser finds the girl from Ghost hot. I'm pretty sure that's why I liked her. And he doesn't like bankers, and Tupac Shakur comes in, does a little rapping.
Yeah.
And the Baldwin brother nobody cares about, William Baldwin, showed up, and he was snorting cocaine, and they end up busting out, and this movie's so stupid.
But there's booby traps. There's booby traps.
There's definitely booby traps.
Yeah.
That's the 1 minute synopsis. It's so hard to explain in 1 minute. It grossed $8.4 million on a $40 million budget. Now, I'd never heard of this movie until I was 12 in 1991. My dad was a subscriber to HBO at the time, and we got our HBO book because you used to get that monthly. MTV, remember that? I would wait on the mailbox just so I could go through there and see what had BN and N in it, because it would tell you brief nudity or nudity. Yeah. So I would read it, but then I saw the picture of this movie, and I'm like, I gotta watch this. This looks amazing. The picture alone was gold. From like, oh my gosh, you got John Candy, you got Clark Griswold, you got Demi Moore, you got Dan Aykroyd. This is going to be an amazing movie, and that's where it stopped.
Okay, can we? I have to jump right into this because the whole story's busted right off the jump. Okay, this is a financial journalist. Okay, how is that a man? What is that man doing on the side that he's affording a penthouse, the best Beamer known to man, just throwing these lavish parties? He doesn't even know that he's throwing or what he's even spending on it because he's asking the doorman. He's like, "What did I buy for this party?" He's like, "Well, that really expensive alcohol's on the way up." And he's like, "Okay, I guess that's what we're doing right now." He's definitely inside trading.
Yeah.
He's 100% inside trader. And it's just weird. He walks in like, does he own this place? Like, he acts like
They act like it.
He acts like he is Elon Musk walking through there.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's just created the Cybertruck, and he's just prancing through. And you got Dan Aykroyd's brother as the doorman, who wrote this movie, by the way.
Dan Aykroyd's brother?
Dan Aykroyd's brother had the story, and Dan Aykroyd wrote it. Peter Aykroyd said, "What about writing a story where we have a judge in a weird town?"
Genius.
I don't know if anybody's ever put.
Brilliant.
He's dead now. You're right,
That's
MTV.
sad.
Yeah,
That's
Peter
sad.
Aykroyd. He died shortly after this movie came out. They saw it and he couldn't take the. No, I'm kidding. He just died recently.
Oh.
I had it going.
Uh,
So, what are the odds that, first off, Chevy Chase's hair in this movie? It looks like he's losing it a little bit, like it's a little
Bad.
thin.
yeah.
What are the odds Demi Moore in IRL, in real life, would like this dude?
0. Well,
With the
he's got
money?
money. He's got money.
Yeah, I guess if she only wants a dude for money. But looks wise, there's. Is he? Is he funny? I don't find him funny.
In
In a sarcastic, douchey way, maybe?
yeah,
Yeah.
But
It's
like
the
he's
money.
not.
It's the money.
It's money.
It's gotta be the money.
Yeah.
And the beamer. And the beamer.
Yeah.
Well, she, and
sure.
who like they don't know each other, right? Like that's the whole thing. She walks in and just steals like this important like contract document thing and just leaves
Right.
with it. I'm
Right.
like, what?
Now he does do the
He's like-
power move where she gets on the elevator and he sees the people coming. He makes sure the door closes. He's like, "I'm getting her alone.
That's so
Like,
New
it's-
York.
It's gonna be me and her." This is
When
near
I-
where you're at.
When I was in
Was
Vegas,
that the Brazilians? Is that who he was kicking out of the elevator?
No, it was
No.
another couple. No, it was another
That's right.
couple.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
random. I couldn't believe in Vegas how many people hold the elevator door for people walking. In New York, you hit that door close button so fast. It's
Really?
different. Yeah.
I would hold the
elevator
door. I would hold the door for you, Kara. I would be like, "Oh, she's getting on."
Oh, thank you. But I'm a New Yorker. I don't hold the door for anybody.
You
I'm
wouldn't hold
pounding
it
that.
for me though. I'm walking up, and we're at Hopecast Network Studios, and you would be like, "Here comes Brad. I'm gonna make sure the door closes."
No, I'd hit it double fast.
Oh, I bet.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm
Yeah.
just pounding that button. Like, let's go.
Oh, I hop right at the elevator.
Oh my gosh, you would make sure it's closed in my face.
Yeah, that's a very New York thing to do, is to make sure the elevator doors. It's nothing personal. It really isn't. It's just
You don't want to ride with people.
You don't want
If people- do you thank them?
I'll get the next one. You don't ride.
Do you thank them if they hold it? Because I find in Minnesota, I'll hold the door for people,
Yeah.
and they don't. They just walk in like I'm a doorman. I
For the
found that,
elevator or
Jacob.
Or just the
It's
door.
weird. No, like if I'm going into the mall or going in a grocery store, or not Walmart, the doors are open. But if I'm walking into somewhere, I'll hold the door, and women will just walk in, but they don't say thanks, man. They just like it's expected for me to hold the door.
Oh no.
Weird.
You have to say thank you. Not only that, you have to do the obligatory touch the door, like you're putting in some effort. You do.
Obligatory touch the door.
Yeah, I hate when people hold the door and just walk through and say thank you. No, you have to do the light touch on the door. You know what I'm saying?
Usually when someone's holding the door for me, I walk through and then I turn around and be like, yeah, that's right. And then I keep on walking.
Oh my god! And that's how we met.
That is. Yeah, that's right.
I don't like when I get stuck holding the door for people that are walking up and they're slow. I'm always like, you see me holding the door, especially in Minnesota when it's like 10 degrees outside. I'm like, come on, you gotta step it up, just to hustle up. I'm holding the door. This is your chance.
Or you're holding the door and then it's like a family of 20. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
this is gonna end.
And then when they don't say thank you, I always go, thank you, you're welcome. I just have it back to myself.
have
Like I
to.
thank myself for it, just to be a jerk to them.
Yeah.
That's my move. Yeah.
You have to. It's
So-
so rude.
So is his apartment, Jacob, is it Studio 54? Or are we talking like parties all the time? I didn't
think
know
so.
a
That's the way
journalist
it
would be this
sounds.
popular. Yeah.
It
I-
sounds
I
like
didn't-
he's just throwing parties every day of the week. Like,
he's like living Kara's life.
Exactly.
She's emulating him, Chris from Nothing But Trouble. She's like, I
Exactly.
just have parties all the time. I'm going to hang up here and get to a party.
I also love how you find this part of the movie very unrealistic, when like the fact that you can have this penthouse out of everything.
there's no journalist making that type of money. I have
There's
problems
no
with this.
journalist. He's on. Chris shows up on. Is his name Chris? Is it Chris?
Yeah.
He shows up on House Hunters and he's like, My budget is 1.3 million, and I'm a journalist for Financial Times. I mean, that's stupid. There's no way this guy can live in. He's living in a 1-bedroom squalor hostel almost, probably with this pay.
But I think we're thinking. No, remember how big magazines were at that time, and there was nothing else.
Yeah, but he's still just.
Where's he at? New York? Is this in New York where they're at?
York,
or are they?
Yeah. It's New York.
Okay, and he's like in a penthouse in New York, and you're telling me a journalist's salary is going to afford a penthouse in New York?
What do you think it's going for? 10,000 a month? Is we 10,000 a month probably?
More.
MTD,
like
what do you think? What do you think? 1990 penthouse, New York City, where the doorman basically licks your car clean. I mean, he was out there like
He was.
it's like, maybe he owns the mag. He could own it.
He could.
also
I mean,
come
there is
from
that
money.
possibility.
He could also come from money, which is why he's so douchey.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
could.
so why? Whose decision was it to put Demi Moore in the shortest skirt of all time for this movie?
Probably Dan Aykroyd.
Okay,
They're
so
it's you're Demi Moore. You're going to wear this. This is just how this goes.
She looks
So
fabulous.
in the history, I was reading the history about this movie because it is bonkers. You get a chance, go look at the history on Internet Database.
Okay.
Chevy Chase did not want to be in this movie, but he wanted to work with Dan Aykroyd because they had been in a couple movies together. But then he proceeded to be mean to Dan Aykroyd through the whole shooting of this movie. Like, people on the set, nobody liked working with Chevy Chase.
I think that's a common theme throughout his career.
I think it is.
Yeah.
But it's weird that he was like, I don't want to do this movie. I don't like it, but I'm going to do it because I'm friends with Dan Aykroyd, but then proceed to be mean to Dan Aykroyd the whole time.
You know what? Some people, mean people sometimes I think he's just a jerk, and he probably it doesn't matter if we're friends. I'll still be your friend, but I'm still going to be a jerk to you.
He's not the kind of guy I'd want to hang out with.
No.
Ever.
No.
It's just not that kind of guy. But I feel like Dan Aykroyd truly brings it in this movie.
Yes.
And we're going to... I'm just reading. There's so many... Like, it says here, the crew enjoyed working with John Candy.
Oh,
now, I can see
lovely.
that. Yeah. But, okay, so the Brazilianaires, which is cool. I like that name. Are we talking Brazilianaires or Brazilian heirs?
Oh.
They're
Maybe
Brazilian heirs.
A little play on words.
Maybe.
They definitely were brother and sister that do things that they do in Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. They were definitely, they practiced kissing each other, right, Kara? It happened. Okay, so they're like, oh, we want to go on the drive with you. And she's like, really? And he goes, oh, don't worry. The Brazilianaires, they wake, their morning is noon or 2 o'clock.
Right.
That was a good line. That was a good line. I did like that. But then he shows up and he's like, just give her the keys. I don't want to go. He's just giving this random girl the keys to his car. Like, that is a power move.
Yeah.
Kara, would you throw me the keys to your Subaru?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Did I say I have a Subaru?
Yes. You told us you have that. You told us you have the...
Looking at me.
You told us that you have the national lesbian car.
Yeah, that's what I forgot. Yeah, okay.
You and MTD, y'all both drive it.
Oh my god, I thought you just assumed I drive to Subaru. I almost had a heart attack. I thought
Gosh.
You look like a Subaru driver.
She did say it was a lady trip. I didn't know if that was...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, wasn't okay? So Chevy Chase, wasn't he hungover at this part?
He was, but he was just going to give her the keys. But then, Prime Demi Moore opens that door, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to be hanging out with this girl. There's no way I'm not."
He sobers up real quick.
Sobered up really quick.
Doorman immediately is like, "Here's the keys, sir."
Here's the keys. Well, thank you. And then he gets in, and then lo and behold, here comes the Brazilianaires after a long night of partying. They're ready to go. Why they want to drive to New Jersey, I don't know.
Here's what's funny. they don't come in through the like elevator into the garage. They're standing outside the garage as the door opens, and they're like, "We're here, we're here."
Oh my god.
It's a weird
he's like-
place.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I feel." She's like, "Are they really coming with?" He's like, "Well, I feel bad if I can't just let them be out there."
Ugh.
And they're his clients, right? Or they pay him for services.
Something like
But
that.
what does he say? He's a journalist.
I
So he
think
I
just
guess they
gives them
pay
money.
him for insider trading.
yeah. Exactly.
I mean, he's funding their life. So they get in here, and all we're driving probably, and they get bored and they want to take a shortcut. And I think if I'm right, the Brazilianaires want to like do a picnic.
Yes.
Who wants to picnic in Jersey? I don't feel like that's a picnic kind of state. Is it, Kara?
No,
I mean-
it definitely is not.
Yeah, nobody wants to go picnicking in Jersey, but
Nobody wants to have a picnic in the armpit of America.
And
yeah.
you're talking some fancy 1990 GPS work coming out.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
yeah.
What do you think of that GPS, Kara? Did you like that? Does
I
your
loved
Subaru
it.
have one like that, or is it?
It's not as good as that.
Does your Subaru have a system in there where it like lets you know where the Indigo Girls concerts are
I knew
and
that was
Cyndi
gonna
Lauper?
Yeah.
Does it give you alerts?
Every time Melissa Etheridge is on the radio, it automatically turns on for that.
Yeah. Does it play Ellen reruns of Ellen in there at all, or?
Yeah, that's actually my car's name, Ellen.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I noticed MTD is really silent on this Subaru talk right now. So the GPS looks very rudimentary, and they pull off. And these people are looking at them like there's like New York is 18 states away. I mean, we're talking. Jacob, it would be like you and I, touchy subject. You and I thumbing our nose up to a Wisconsin plate. I mean, it's
Yeah.
right next door. Like you know.
I mean, I do that, but
Yeah, but so if you're in a town like this one, are you running a stop sign or are you just obeying the law? Because this looks like a town that definitely has white power in it. It looks like a redneck town.
It sure
I'm
does.
obeying every law in that town to the T
Yeah.
Oh
because I do not want to be stopped in this town.
no!
Yeah.
So he runs the light, and lo and behold, we get to finally see John Candy, and he blue lights him now. But the Brazilianaires are like, "You got to fasten the car. Just keep driving. Go for it." And he's like, "Okay, but that's so dumb." Like I'd be like, "Nah, man, I don't want to go to jail tonight because you're going to jail in normal world in this. If you're in a high speed chase,
Yeah.
you're going to jail." Carrie, you would know. You've seen him probably show up.
Yep.
But he's like, and then he's like, this cop car has like NOS in it. Is this a Fast and the Furious cop car here? Because he just pushes the
Double
button.
turbos.
Like, he's like, I can't burn this car. And then the Brazilian just becomes so, oh my gosh, like it's so weird to me. Like they talk him into speeding. I feel like Chevy Chase's just gonna pull over and be like, okay, I'm sorry, I ran the stop sign.
Then we wouldn't have a movie.
Yeah, but even that, because he goes on this crazy high-speed chase, which is going to immediately end you up being billy clubbed and in jail. And he's like, you know what? We're going to waive off the high-speed chase. I'm just going to hit you for the running the stop sign. That is not happening ever.
Yeah.
And how many times is he pushing the button to do dead end road or construction? Like, do they have to do that a lot?
Seriously,
I don't know.
probably a lot.
Probably.
To get people to turn to go down to Valkenvania, the judge's house that looks like a dumper of a house. Like, oh my god, there's definitely roaches and bed bugs in this house.
Oh,
There's,
100%.
like he is not cleaning. There is no Florence the maid walking around cleaning around here.
No.
It's a dumper. Okay, so John Candy. Here's what I don't understand, Kara.
Yeah.
John Candy is a sympathetic character in this movie,
Yeah.
right? Like you feel bad for him. Why did he even bring these four to the judge? He could have just let them go.
Because I think he's such a stickler for the law that he just couldn't help himself. He has to follow the rules. There's some people like that.
I disagree with you though, Kara,
Okay.
because if he was a stickler, he would have hit them with high speed chase.
Correct.
He was like, I'm going to let that go. Even though he spent 5 minutes endangering everyone's life chasing him.
Maybe he really just didn't like Chevy Chase like everybody else on that.
Yeah, but then when the judge is like, I'm keeping them, they're staying here, and he's like, Judge, it was just running a stoplight. Like, just give them their ticket and let them go. And he wasn't having it.
Yeah, he
It's
took the
like-
gag too far. That's,
But it's all because he's a banker, which we'll find out. And I think
he's not a
Judge is attracted, he's definitely not, is attracted to Demi Moore and her short hair. Kara,
Who isn't?
I'm not. I don't like short hair like
I'm
that.
not.
I'm not a short haired.
But
Yeah.
I think this is the unattractive she's ever looked in a movie.
what?
I'm with you, Jay. She looked better in Ghost with her straight bowl cut.
Guys, I cannot get behind this at all. This is the best Demi Moore, besides striptease, but that doesn't count. This is the best she's ever looked. Phenomenal. That outfit, that hair, the pearls. Guys, you just don't get it. You just don't get it.
This is not the best she's ever. Hold, Kara.
I said
No,
besides
no.
striptease, that doesn't count. You can't count that.
Kara.
I'm not even counting that.
Okay.
Kara. I would say she looked better in Indecent Proposal.
I would
Oh, yeah, she looks great.
say she looked
I'm
better
still
in
going
G.I.
Dr.
Jane
Trouble.
when they shaved her head.
No.
Ooh,
guys,
I don't know about that now. That's
this white ensemble, this white romper outfit just is untouchable to me. So
I thought she looked good in The Butcher's Wife.
no, blonde, no.
Yes.
Yeah, she looks good as a
Yeah.
blonde.
No.
I'll tell you where she doesn't look good. This movie.
Are you pulling up
Not
Nothing
that
But Trouble?
attractive in this movie. She's had too much plastic surgery.
Oh,
Oh,
I think she looks
yes.
great.
In this
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
The
she's
substance?
60.
I don't know, man. She's kind of.
I'm dying on this Moorhill. I can't. You're not going to change my mind.
How about oh my gosh, MTD. Kara, he says Kara is offended, which I think she is MTD. But then he says, how about blame it on Rio? Well, okay. That movie is where Michael Caine and his old
right.
friend are in love with like Michael Caine's in love with his friend's daughter. It's almost like
Almost like my two dads. It's a reverse.
It's a reverse.
A
Yeah,
reverse
so-
Uno of my two dads.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, so we get here
Yes.
and they're told they can't make it to Atlantic City. They got to spend the night in this place. I would be so grossed out at this point.
Yeah.
Because the judge is disgusting. His
Yes.
I'm gonna say this in a very family friendly way. His nose is shaped like genitalia.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Phallic
pretty
shape,
yes, it's very gross.
He can remove
And-
multiple body parts, as we find out.
Oh, he doesn't even really have a body, right?
No,
like
he doesn't.
he's just is he a vampire? Like is he immortal?
No, I think he's just an old, disgusting man. And funny enough, I feel bad saying this because I know he's dead, but I had a college professor that looked just like him. And I failed the class. I couldn't concentrate. It's because all I kept thinking of was Dan Aykroyd as the judge in this
Oh,
science class.
Man,
yeah,
you really do have a nothing but trouble history.
I really do. This movie.
I thought you were about to say, I know he's dead, but I thought John Candy was really hot in this movie.
No.
Can we
Only
talk
when
about
only
here?
when he's dressed as the niece.
Yeah, well,
Oh
we're gonna
my
get there.
gosh.
Can we talk about? Not only are they blessed to spend the night here, they get invited to dinner.
Oh,
Oh God, the dinner scene.
Exactly.
the gray sausages.
The sausage and
Oh.
the way the judge is eating it.
He shakes it so it just flops in the camera.
Yeah. And what did he say it was? What did he say it was again? He says dogs, but they're not really dogs. He says it's another grilled
The hot
animal.
dogs, yeah.
But,
They're hot dogs, right?
Yeah,
But-
he goes, they're
But
not
they
dogs,
remember
they're hot
Demi Moore's
dogs.
like they're eating dogs, and he goes, "No, it's not sheep. I forget what dog. It's a weird animal that you would never eat." I
Huh.
forget. I was thinking about it and I forgot.
I would like for the whole cast of Movie Torture to eat dinner at a table with a train where we could just
That would
pick
be
our
great. The
condiments.
train
That would be kind of fun.
Was amazing.
The train was a cool thing.
So fun.
In this house of horrors,
Yeah.
there is a train that is amazing, but then Judge stops it and he's like flopping that wiener, man.
Yeah.
He's flopping it, and it's disgusting. Like that wiener's flopping, and
And he's flinging pickles at the the Colombian guy.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh! And what is that? Ant bark? Would you like some ant? Was it
Ants on a log.
Ants
Great
ants
treat.
on a log?
Yeah.
And she's
Sour
like,
peanut butter and raisins.
but this is a scene that's pivotal because he says, "Y'all are making this sound like a great movie." This is a scene where the Brazilianaires are like, "We're done, man." Like
Yeah.
Taylor Negron, who played the guy, he's dead now. Great actor, but they just jump out of the window.
Yeah.
Like
They do.
only in Hollywood can you just jump out of a window.
She
They
goes
get to
full
the
auto on him.
Yeah.
oh, they get to the water and they're like, "This is toxic." I'm thinking this would be great time for them to get in the water and their skin fall off. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no stakes to this. They run up, John Candy's right there, and this is one of the last. Do we see John Candy much after this?
Well,
No,
first
now
we
they're the niece.
yeah, first
Well, I mean,
before
as
we
the
get-
cop, do we see him?
No, not much.
No. Because before we get that point, this is where Baldwin gets pulled over
Oh my god!
and his band of people who are all drunk because
They're like passing whiskey.
Yeah. And so they get arrested, except they don't get to spend the night. They go to the Bone Crusher,
Oh yeah.
which is a roller coaster that you get to have a fun time riding, and then it spits you out. You go in this machine where it chops you up, and you come out as the cleanest bones in the world.
Yeah.
They need this at your police station, Kara. Where
They
like if they don't
really do.
like it, they just throw you in the Bone Crusher.
The
Yep.
Bone Crusher.
For shoplifting.
Oh my gosh! I want to make a joke, but I'm gonna not make it right now. So they do spit these clean bones out, and it gives you a taste of like judges talking to you. The roller coaster looks fun. The Bone Crusher, not so much.
No.
So they're having this dinner, and we are now introduced to female John Candy, who I think probably was like, "You're gonna put me in the dress. I'm not talking. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way I'm trying to do a girl voice. It's not
Yeah.
happening." What do you
But I
think
think
John
that
Candy
did-
would think today of all this stuff, man? He would be like, "What is going on?" Because he would be 70. I looked it up last night. He would be 74,
Okay.
75 this year. He'd be 75 this year.
Wow.
Yeah, like he put a dress on. Probably he didn't even want to put. He could not have wanted to wear this dress.
No, I think that was a big thing in like the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. Just like the funny, like Mrs. Doubtfire, the Nutty Professor. It was just put a dress on.
Yeah.
And
That's
we
such
saw it in the
cheap
last
humor.
one we did. What was the last movie we watched? Haunted Honeymoon. With
Yeah.
Dom DeLuise put the dress on.
Oh yes, that's
what
where we.
started this whole thing. Remember, I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
it's funnier
yeah.
when John Candy does it."
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
It was
funnier
funnier
with John-
back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would
But I
you?
think-
Would you find her attractive if it was if you didn't know John Candy? Because she
No.
has the hots for Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
She does.
It's sweet.
But I think the no voice, him doing the no voice actually made the character that much better.
Oh,
was-
100%.
For sure.
It was so good that
Sure.
just because he did the facials like perfectly, like you could
Yeah.
totally tell what he was saying without saying anything. Like
Yeah.
that made that character really
Oh
good.
yeah, it was genius.
But she was mean. She was very mean.
She was.
Like she was closest to judge of anybody there.
Oh yeah.
Well, and the deputy. Deputy was mean too.
right.
She
And
could
now
fix
was the
anything.
deputy related
She's
or
a
no?
mechanic.
Was the deputy related? Because I know John Candy was his niece.
I think she was a cousin.
Cousin.
I think she was
a
right,
cousin.
yes, Yeah.
Who I looked her up. If you watch the movie Saturday Night
Okay.
that just came out, she was the first in real life. She was on the first episode of Saturday Night Live. She was the stand-up comedian that night.
Oh wow.
That was
Okay.
the lady playing. That's her connection to John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. That's how she
Oh
knew her.
wow.
Yeah, I read that. So I was like, okay, that's
Okay.
interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So Anyway, she wants to kill him,
Mhm.
and so we don't see the Brazilianaires again for a long time.
Long time.
Nope.
And now they leave dinner. They can't. Don't they just get out of dinner? Like, what was the? How'd they get out of dinner?
I think they locked them back up. They put them.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
they locked them-
in the room.
And this is where they find they find the trophy room.
The trophies
Right?
and the articles.
The trophy room of all the murders. The
Yes.
murder room. That's
Yes.
where they find Jimmy Hoffa's stuff.
Yeah.
We're to believe Jimmy Hoffa met the Bone Crusher.
Exactly.
Correct.
Okay. That joke probably goes over any kid's head today. They don't even know
Yeah,
Jimmy
I don't know
Hoffa.
who that is.
They're like, who's Jimmy Hoffa? I don't know.
And then,
But
oh,
what?
go ahead.
No, what was you gonna say? And then what?
Oh no! So then they're up there. She gets out of the house. Chevy Chase still stuck in the house,
Mhm.
watching the judge take his nose off and gets real
And other body
weird
parts.
and other body
That was
parts.
so gross. That was the
It was.
grossest thing.
Yeah.
But then we meet my probably all-time favorite characters in this movie, the babies.
Bobo Little Devil.
Oh my gosh.
Babies.
If they would have made the movie just off these guys,
Oh,
I
I
probably
want
would've.
a spin-off. I want a sequel. I want everything with Bobo and Lil Devil.
I read that Dan Aykroyd had to play Bobo because nobody else wanted to.
Right.
And he actually directed some of the movie in the Bobo costume. He would be directing it.
How do you
That
not-
is
I know-
weird.
Hilarious.
That's hilarious. How do you not?
That is hilarious.
I don't know how Demi Moore kept a straight face that whole time. I mean,
They really liked Demi Moore.
Well, I
big
think
fans.
she doesn't have a sense. She doesn't strike me as someone with a sense of humor.
Maybe not. I mean, then you're dead if you're not laughing at Bobo and Lil Devil. I mean,
I mean, I really.
can you imagine that's your job? You have to go to work and like act with this man in a huge prosthetic, greasy diaper.
Oh, I would.
Like,
That would be amazing.
yeah.
But I don't feel like she has a sense of humor. I don't feel like she would laugh at a good fart joke. I really don't. I feel like
Probably
she'd be
not.
like,
Probably not.
"That's beneath me."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she's got kind of an RBF.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
she does.
facelift will do that.
Yeah, did she? I don't think she had one back then, though, right?
Oh, right. Back then, no.
That was back in her Bruce Willis time. She was with Bruce Willis at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so they get separated. Now she's playing with Bobo,
Yeah.
and he. Oh, wait. Have we gotten to the? This is where Digital Underground shows up.
Digital
Yes.
Underground. So good.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
so good.
They had a whole music video in this movie. Like
They
we just
did.
sit there and watch them rock out.
Yeah.
And they like Judge.
Yeah, with Video Vixens, Tupac Shakur, it's everything.
He's dead now, by the way. Not Tupac, but the other guy, the lead.
I thought you were telling me that Tupac is dead.
We're like,
and I,
we
No,
know.
Tupac's still alive, Kara. Tupac's still alive. There's rumors he's
Machiavelli.
still alive.
no, Puff Daddy killed him.
Oh, yeah. Puff Daddy's killed. Buff Daddy. Puff Daddy killed Biggie too, right?
Yeah, he did.
See, the worst thing ever was when Tupac died because my name is Shakur. They were like, "Oh, you're the resurrected Tupac." I'm like,
Ooh.
Oh, your
Yeah,
last
he came
name
back
is
as a white.
Shakur?
It is, yes, spelled differently but pronounced the same. So for pretty much the rest of my life after that, I was called the resurrected Tupac.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
You're
my
like,
gosh.
oh my gosh. I'm amazed at this, Jacob. I've never really thought about you as Tupac, but
Oh,
You're
wow.
welcome.
And you never thought to like name your firstborn child Tupac?
You know, I did not.
I think that's a missed opportunity for you.
It is,
Yeah.
or at least a Machiavelli in there or something.
Yeah.
so they start playing this weird song. What is it? What are they playing? I mean, this is a rap song that's I don't know. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it while I'm sitting here.
And they're
So-
so impressed with the judge's organ playing. They're just like
Oh.
enthralled.
Been all around the world.
All around the world. Yes.
Been all around the world.
so dumb, man. All around the and you just got Dan Aykroyd going.
Yeah.
And you got Chevy Chase like chained up to the whatever. He's chained up. So
Yep.
I remembered this movie. I thought Digital Underground got the Bone Crusher, but they didn't.
Nope, they get set free.
They play the music for the wedding now because Chevy Chase has
Yep.
figured out the only way he's going to live is he's got to marry John Candy.
What, Elmira? Is that her name?
I don't Eldonia or something, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So he then can't kiss her. Like we're about to see a same-sex kiss here.
Okay.
It's happening.
He's like,
So
I want
then
to keep that to myself. I heard. Well, then we'll do that in private.
we'll do that in private. That was a good line, though. I will say. And Eldonia.
Yeah.
Eldonia. That was
Yep.
it.
Aldonia.
So-
yes.
So she kisses him, or he kisses Chevy Chase, and then Chevy Chase can't do it, and he gets sent to the Bone Crusher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way overdue. I wish they would have just bone crushed him.
Right.
And then it stops. We're about to say, oh my gosh, Chevy Chase murdered.
Hmm.
No, we're not that lucky. He doesn't get it. So now the judge is using Demi Moore as bait to
Mhm.
get Chris out there because he wants Chris to die.
Yeah.
Right? He
Yep.
wants she doesn't fall for it. She's like, run for your life. And he like comes down there. He figures out a way to, what did he do? So I watched this with my son Max, who loved this movie, by the way.
He blew up some big gas tanks.
Yes.
Yeah, blew up the
cans.
gas tanks, and then they run and they make it to the toxic water. They get out of there. They hop on a train.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they get
'Cause
in the
they're
beamer. They get in.
Oh,
his
they get in the
beamer.
beamer.
That's,
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's later. Never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
They run and get to the train. Yes.
They get to the train,
And
and
then
they're-
Brazilianaires pick them up.
no,
No.
Wait.
no, we're getting to the Brazilianaires.
Okay.
Kara, you're a little off.
I'm a
So
little
they
off,
make it in. They're like, should we go to the jail? So they go tell the cops. The cops are like, what? We get to see Brian Doyle Murray. If you remember him from Christmas Vacation, he is the
Oh,
boss of
right,
Clark.
Yes.
That
Yes.
that Cousin Eddie kidnaps.
Yeah.
So he's back, and they're like, we got to go out there, and they bring the whole your whole
Everybody.
police station is out
Yep.
there at this point.
And state
and-
troopers, and they're like, you have to come with us.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
have to.
And they make them go to the door. There's no way. First off, I'm not going back out to that house.
Right.
There's
No.
under no circumstance I would be like,
Nope.
you can do it. I'm not doing it. Like I've
Yeah.
already been out there, I almost died. And then the
Hi,
judge comes to the door. Yeah, and he's like, hello. He's trying to act all old and feeble. And they're like, hi, judge. And then the dumbest thing is, what is this, oil under their house? Like, is it like an earthquake in Jersey?
Yeah.
I don't
It's
understand
something
this.
like that. Yeah. It's like a pressure buildup. Oil.
Landmines, like something.
Yeah.
Swallows them up. They all run. Chevy Chase, Demi Moore They escape.
They get in the beamer that earlier Eldonia had hacked up and cut everything up, so it's just basically a frame with wheels.
Mhm.
Yeah, frame with wheels. They get in there, they leave, and fast forward, Chevy Chase is watching on the news, and there's Judge, and he was like, and he said, I know where you live, banker, and he has
He's
his
like-
license. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's weird, and then he jumps through the wall like a Looney Tunes character.
Yes.
Yep.
The
Which
judge
is
is like,
stupid.
the judge goes, they ask him, well, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? And he's like, well, I have a son-in-law that's really all well off to do. We're going to go move in with him.
See ya, banker.
At that point, I'm out of New York City. He's not finding me. Like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
moving to New Mexico, living on a ranch.
Yes.
I'm doing anything but living with Judge because I don't
Absolutely.
want because somebody's wiping Judge's butt eventually because he's at that age where you're gonna have to do some
And I
wiping.
bet you he could take his butt off and put it back on. Like,
He probably can. He's like
Yeah.
a GI Joe toy that you just pull the
Oh.
legs off.
it's
100%.
fair.
So, but the best part is the last scene where you're in Mexico or Brazil and you got these Brazilianaires with John Candy who's living it up.
Yep.
And now he's with the girl. In no world, unless she just likes fluffy men,
Could be.
unlike my esteemed co-host Kara, who does not like fluffy men at all.
Like, you're like,
She's a fluffy judger. they're together now, and it ends with John Candy living the dream. Like nobody cares about Candy at this point.
I just thought of this. How messed up is this though? He's married to her, but they're still paying him because he's also their bodyguard.
It's kind of like double dipping, isn't it?
I think I would say so.
Is he paying himself?
Well, he has a vested
Essentially.
interest.
Yeah.
He's protect. What if the Bodyguard movie was her and him instead of Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston? I'd like to see it. Okay, I will say this movie needs a sequel.
I was
It
just
really-
going to say that.
It needs a sequel. We need a follow up
We
with
need more
Judge
Bobo.
living with Clark Griswold
Yeah.
and Bobo. It'd be a senior citizen movie at this point, but because Chevy Chase is 82 now, he's old.
Or it could be the judge is gone, and like Stockholm syndrome, you become like with your captors. Now Chevy Chase is
It's the new
gross,
judge.
the gross.
Oh
judge.
my gosh, that would be. And Demi Moore is still looking like Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
she can't be in the movie. She can't be in the movie.
She would not slum it for Nothing But Trouble 2.
No,
I'm telling you, there's no way she would do. None of these guys would do this movie
no.
again. Although they could do a remake, though.
Although Bill
we could
Baldwin
get.
would.
He probably would. The Baldwin brother. Yeah.
True.
We could.
Could
They
do a
could.
remake.
True, but before we get to the reviews, we actually now have a website. And if you're listening right now, we have a website. It's thehopecastnetwork.com. You can go on there. You can access any show on the network. Any show. You can hit play. It's great. You can subscribe to all our shows, see all our content. But there's a section where you can hit a record button and ask a question. You can record a voicemail, and we have one. And I'm going to play it. And it's just for us. This is a voicemail sent in to us, and here it goes.
Hello, this is Laura, and I would just like to know, what do you guys like to do on your free time other than watch bad movies?
Well, thank you, Laura, for that. Kara, what do you do in your free time when you're not watching bad movies?
In my free time, I like to read and go out for nice dinners with my friends, and I do Pilates.
Right,
Oh,
nice.
okay. Pilates.
Yeah.
Jacob, what do you do in your free time?
I watch good movies, and I love playing board games. I'm a big board gamer. I love
Nice.
playing board games.
I love watching good movies and sitting on the couch doing nothing. My son says, "Oh, you want to do this on the couch?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm tired. I worked all day. I want to sit down and do nothing."
Yeah.
And I like hanging out with Jacob and watching movies together.
Yes.
So there is that. I found out, Kara, that have you been watching the Beast games?
Is that Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, my nephews watch it though.
Jacob's wife was frustrated because Jacob would eliminate her and keep me on the game.
She is very angry with me right now at that.
Yeah.
that
Listen, all's fair in love and war. You gotta just it's
Yeah.
cutthroat.
It is. But if you want to ask anyone a question on the show or any show, you can just hit that record button and we will answer it on the show. Just tell us what show you're asking for. Okay, now let's do some reviews, Jacob. Do you have a review for
Yes.
Nothing But Trouble? Okay.
Give me a quick moment, and I do.
While you're doing
I'll
that,
take
I'll
some
I'll
bad
chime in
ones.
with one. I'll chime in with one. I have one from Heather Lynn. Got this movie for my boyfriend for Christmas. Oh my god! If my wife gave me Nothing But Trouble, I would feel like she was about to divorce me. Can't wait to watch it with him. 5 stars. And this was written January 21st, 2025. Oh my gosh. Kara, this comes from Kara from
Oh.
Long Island. 5 stars. I've seen it many times and I still love it. No, this was from Ed H. I thought you wrote this. This was written December 31st, 2024. This is the least appreciated movie ever. When I was a small child, I watched this on HBO, which is what I did.
Yeah.
Particularly movies that I probably shouldn't have been watching. Did I write this? One day when I was 6, I saw this movie, and the scene where the house shoots people into a roller coaster named Mr. Bone Stripper that does more. This is I probably am who I am today because of this movie. Oh my gosh. This movie developed S.C. Murphy, and this is from September. So these people love it, man. One of my favorite movies. I wanted my children to watch it.
Yeah.
I got to watch it with my son. He liked it. He liked it a lot. I was like, okay.
What's not to like?
Okay, Jacob, what do you have?
You ready for some bad reviews?
Yeah.
It says, how do you screw up a comedy with Chevy Chase, John Candy, and Dan Aykroyd in the lead roles? The answer to that question is you give Aykroyd full creative directional control and big blank check.
That is true. You give him all that.
The degree to which Rob Zombie lifted most of House of a Thousand Corpses off this movie.
I could see that. That is true.
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
The cocaine budget had to be astronomical.
Oh my gosh, yes. They were definitely they were snorting some coke in this movie.
Well, it did wonders.
Yeah.
And the last one I have here is the cinematic equivalent of alternating rounds of projectile vomiting and dry heaving.
Oh, please.
I can't even with this
No
movie.
taste.
Kara,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, movie torture movie. I know what you're going to say.
Movie go.
Oh my gosh. MTD, from the way we've described this movie, is this movie torture or movie gold to you? Because, I mean, yeah, that's a good question. And while he's saying that, who is MTD in this movie? He's got to be Judge, right?
He's a judge.
He's the judge. Who is Kara? Kara is the crazy cousin who shoots people. That's
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the crazy cousin.
Me and Brad are Boba.
Oh, little devil.
Poor Bobo. Roger has to be John Candy at this
John
point.
Candy,
No,
for
Roger
sure.
is Eldonia.
Eldonia.
Yeah.
He said it's movie gold.
Just from what he heard. I don't think
Just
he's
from what
ever
he heard.
seen this movie. There's
He's
no
not
way
seen
he's
it.
watched this movie. There's no way. He would not watch this movie. But you're right. How do you screw a movie up with all these legends in it? And
That's true.
again, all this movie did was make me wish John Candy was still alive.
Yeah.
That's what it made me wish.
Yeah.
Wish he was still alive. Even at 75, he would be Ozempic at this point. He would be skinny,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'd like to see it. Jacob, movie torture, movie gold.
As much as I liked Bobo and Little Debo, I would have to say this movie is absolute torture.
What?
I could not wait for it to end. It was so bad. It was
Did
so
we
bad.
see the same film?
Oh, we did. We did. Maybe from different glasses, but we sure seen the same.
I don't know what this movie wants to be. Does it want to be a horror movie or a comedy?
It's a comedy.
It's kind of a horror movie.
No,
It's funny to think it's a horror movie.
It's I'm torn because as a kid I love this movie. It was funny and quirky, but now as an adult I'm like, I'm gonna say movie torture. I don't really care to ever see it again. I don't want to watch it.
Thank you.
It's not worth the watch. I feel like we'll do better Chevy Chase movies on movie torture. I mean, it's not terrible.
Wow.
It-
The cheese
Ma-
stands alone.
Maybe it's movie bronze partially, but
So you couldn't even say that without choking up. You know it's
I
movie
can't.
torture.
It's movie.
You're like,
It's movie
I think
torture.
it's movie broad.
It's funny that I said Santa Jaws is movie gold and this movie is movie torture. But this movie could have been so much better in my mind. Like, I mean, and it does need a sequel. It needs something. We need a remake of this. I feel like in a modern world with the technology we have, this would be a funny movie. It's like The Twilight. You're rolling into a town that's not on the map, and you're now stuck in this house of horror. Like, I think movie torture could actually remake this movie, and it would be funny. I do. I think we could get together, write a script, and be better than what we got.
I just think it's no. I don't think you can mess with perfection.
First off, Kara, this is not perfection.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh my gosh, this is
Such characters.
behold
that have
a
an
turd.
impact.
here's the thing, listeners, that you don't know about Kara. every first date, she makes the man watch Nothing But Trouble. And if he likes it, they go on a second date after they listen to movie Torture. They have to listen to us first.
Yeah.
And if he likes us and the movie, he's a keeper. If he doesn't, she gets rid of him.
No, they go into the Bone Crusher.
They go into the oh my gosh.
You are done.
You're done.
Yep.
And then she goes out to her Subaru and it alerts her that the Indigo Girls are playing in Long Island, so she heads over there.
It's a win-win. That's why. So I'm still single, so you can still see this movie's not popular.
And her Subaru gives free septum piercings. If you sit in it, they'll give you the little piercing across the nose.
No, I didn't get that version. That was too advanced. That was the
Oh,
deluxe.
that's too. MTD's version does that though.
Yeah.
It gives you like the lesbian thing across the
I have
nose.
the basic.
The bullhorn. What are is those septum? What do they call those piercings?
I think it's
Septum?
septum.
Is it septum?
Yeah. No.
He said not funny. MTD's like not funny. You know I'm picking. I actually like MTD's car. I like when he lets me ride in it. It's nice. He's a good
He's
ride.
never gonna let you ride
Subarus
it again.
Yeah, he's gonna ban me from the car now. He's like,
Yeah.
you're banned
You can
from
walk.
my Subaru.
You can walk.
You can walk, boy. He's like, you can walk, son. You're not driving in this car. Oh, you make fun of my car. I guess you're not riding. Oh my gosh, what a great episode! I love when Kara's on here, Jacob. So
Oh,
much
thank
fun.
It is awesome. It is awesome. It's a
I
lot
had
of fun.
Good time with you guys.
Thank you. Well, for my friend Kara, for Jacob, my name is Brad, and for MTD, who doesn't like my Subaru jokes. This movie Torture. We'll see you next time. That was fun.
That was fun.
That
That,
was
good.
fun.
Oh my gosh, I wanted to make a joke so bad, but I couldn't do it. It's family friendly, but